What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with a quick cryptocurrency update. So essentially today, I just want to catch up a bit, rant a bit, and tell you the three things that I'm most excited for in terms of developing additional streams of income. And I mean truly passive income streams, of course. And yes, passive income typically does require a lot of upfront work, but then you can later reap the rewards. So the three things that I'll be talking about today are, of course, API3 and staking being live with an aggressive 47% APY rates. And that's not even considering what the token will do in the future. We could be looking at a couple 100% returns plus an additional 47% return on your investment via staking rewards. Next part I'm excited for, of course, is Constellation, this entire network of DAG and running nodes for passive income being rewarded with DAG. And then last but not least, and most importantly, of course, is FLR Networks. We are excited for the launch. This is not just FLR Networks, it's an entire umbrella that also includes FLR Finance. And as we know, per FLR's website, flr.xyz, it's all about unlocking value. And this starts with XRP. Per their website, 65% of the value of blockchain tokens, all blockchain tokens, is inaccessible to dApps, decentralized applications. And this all begins with XRP. Let's dive in. Okay guys, we're going to kick things off just doing a super high level overview of API3 staking rewards. And I'm thinking about turning this into a series because once I'm running some DAG nodes and then FLR Networks is live and I create these loops just like Martin Volk has shown us on YouTube, it's going to be very, very nice for passive income, and I hope it helps a lot of you. And yes, it is largely speculative right now. We can't calculate the DAG returns or even the FLR Networks returns in terms of Spark and FXRP, but we can kind of speculate and sharpen our sword so that we're that much more prepared when things go live. So I'm just going to document what I'm doing. Yes, I know many of us do stake different assets. So currently I do stake some Algorand along with ADA as well. But those returns are kind of minute. Initially, they were a big deal, but it also helps that, Cardano has done well beyond a 10x since, really starting to stake. However, I sold a huge portion of ADA Cardano way too soon. I don't want to talk about it. I'm embarrassed. Please learn from my mistakes. So API3, I'm really excited. And let me just kick off a disclaimer really quick. None of this is financial advice. These are just three assets or three ways to generate passive income that I am doing. There's no right way. There is just your way. Anyone trying to tell you that their way is the right way has an obvious agenda. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other options out there, so I encourage you to do your own research, but these are just three things that I am very excited for, and I feel like they will be very lucrative, especially in the beginning. So, API3, a token, Web3 API economy. Again, APIs, guys, application programming interfaces, are essentially the glue of the internet. And what they're doing is, yes, there's a lot of Oracle providers, and I'm not here to say which Oracle type of crypto asset is better. I couldn't care less. I like looking at opportunities and investing and backing very interesting technology, and let alone their investors speak for themselves. So API3, I encourage you to do your own research on the official channels, meaning their website, API3.org. So just think API, Application Programming Interface, for Web 3.0, which is essentially this blockchain ecosystem that we know and love today. We can kind of learn more about it. It is DAO governed, so their DAO is officially live, and now we can be rewarded by staking our API3, and they have their goal, and it's almost met already. There's a bunch of API3 getting staked right now. The price is slowly going up, and I am paying very, very close attention. We can see it's quantifiably secure. You get the gist. You can read the website, but the partners are ever expanding, and they're just dropping partnerships left and right. Exhibit A, I just retweeted this before doing this video. And now their investors speak for themselves. As we know, Emergo, one of the founding entities of Cardano. We have Pantera Capital, which is huge. Oh, and then the biggest group in the world in terms of blockchain, aka the epicenter of this blockchain space, Digital Currency Group. And of course, their investors behind Ripple, Hedera Hashgraph, Coinbase, Kraken, Ledger. Basically every single blockchain company that you know today has been backed by Digital Currency Group. Their subsidiaries include CoinDesk, Grayscale, and many more. Anyways, I could rant and rant about this forever. I encourage you to read the website, click the token. You can read the white paper. It's about, 40 pages. Great read as well. Now, in terms of staking this asset, how do you do it safely? Well, first off, I use MetaMask. which is an ERC20 token wallet. We're going to click API3 token on the official website. And no, I am not giving my seed phrase, my passphrase, to anybody. Do not give your private keys to anybody, guys. There are a lot of faulty, scammy Chrome extensions out there for MetaMask and Trust Wallet. Please be safe. When in doubt, do not give your private keys away. Go do your research and decide for yourselves. So the governance, the token, this is a governance token. There's tons of strong demand for this token, very strong tokenomics, aka token economics. We can scroll down and we can see this insurance pool. And the annual rewards today are approximately 47%. That is very aggressive. So let's go to app and click this. And as we can see, now in the top right under my Kevin Cage logo, it says Connect Wallet. So I'm going to click Connect Wallet now. And as I click Connect Wallet, you can choose between Wallet Connect if you have a different wallet or MetaMask. In this case, I'm just going to be using MetaMask. And now I've connected and I can see the current rewards. I have my balance that is being staked currently, and 70% of the target has been met. They're trying to stake a total of 50 million API3, and I've been watching this essentially start from like 10 million. So we're at 35 million already. There's a lot of big interest in partnerships. And if you do anything today, I encourage you to go Google right now, API3 in the Open Bank project, connecting 400 APIs. And these are big banks, guys. You may have heard of banks such as HSBC. So I encourage you to check them out. All in all, the price of API3, fluctuating between $2 and $4 with almost a 50% APY that auto compounds. So yeah, 47%, but when you auto compound it, in a year's time, that's well above 50% in terms of return. And then say that token value of $2 to $4 goes to $5. Goes to $10. Do you see how quickly this becomes much more than just a 50% return and can quickly turn into a several 100% return? And if that seems too good to be true, then I'm going to introduce you to my buddy DAG, a digital asset that we had since under 2 cents, and it's roughly at 20 cents today at time of recording. So my biggest points, API3, staking is very aggressive initially. I encourage you to take part and participate in this ecosystem. You get rewarded for doing so. 47%. Rewards auto compound. You don't have to do anything. It is entirely automated. However, the rewards will be locked for 1 year. So you'll still get your rewards. Even if I withdraw my deposit right now, I'll still get my rewards, but each reward will be locked up for 1 year. I'm not complaining one bit with these types of returns. And in conclusion, with API3, guys, I encourage all of you to go subscribe and follow their YouTube channel right now. Only 345 subscribers, and they made a beautiful series of tutorials teaching you how to unstake, stake, claim, earn, deposit, withdraw, you name it. It shows you how to do everything. So I didn't want to come on here and just re-explain what their videos do perfectly. And as we know, that current APY of 47% is there now, and it's always going to be fluctuating, finding equilibrium as that staking target is met. So those that have staked first are heavily rewarded most. And of course, this DAO is entirely decentrally governed, and they're trying to create a very healthy ecosystem that has never been done before. And yes, I do have high price expectations for API3. As we've studied with Digital Currency Group, they typically do list a lot of assets such as LPT, Filecoin, you name it, within Grayscale and the Grayscale Trust. So I'm keeping a very close eye on the API3 wallets on Etherscan. Okay guys, so it's great to get some rough numbers for API3 at least, and now we are waiting for DAG, the nodes to be up and running so we can start really getting a passive income. And yes, I do expect that this will be very, very high and aggressive in terms of returns. And then we're going to be talking about FLR networks and giving some examples. So in the world of CeFi, centralized finance, we can look at platforms that I like and use, such as Nexo. And this website is nexo.com. And of course, you can lend out your crypto, you can earn crypto, you can get in-kind interest returned, and they'll actually give you 6% APY if you lend them your XRP. Well, this is CeFi, so the middleman gets a fee. Now let's imagine DeFi and why FLR Networks is so big. So in this case, I think it's safe to assume, and this is still an assumption, that FLR Networks APY will at least be double or triple of what this is offering. So I'm assuming it's at the very least, and this is conservative in my opinion, 12 if not 18% APY, because there is no middleman, let alone a plethora of applications on FLR Networks within FLR Finance as well, which is a completely different entity. So nonetheless, I just want to get the gears turning. In the world of DeFi, the rates and returns will be much more aggressive for us, and those of us that take part, run nodes, stake assets, and provide liquidity will be rewarded heaviest in the beginning. Once everybody's doing it, once your grandma knows how to do it, the opportunity is going to be lower. So anyways, guys, I don't want to let you down. This will be a little high level, and I'll give you some basic information and where to look. And I'm excited to cover more of this in greater detail as I get more information. So right here, constellationnetwork.io is the website. You can read more about the DAG token. And this is what I call a white paper, some of the strongest tokenomics in the entire game and ecosystem. And the cool thing is, Constellation Network is not just DAG, but it all points back to DAG in driving demand for said token. As you can see, there's solutions. They do have federal solutions, and yes guys, as you know, we don't invest in just no-name gambling coins or dog coins on this channel. We are investing into assets that have live contracts with the Department of Defense of the United States. I encourage you to follow me on Twitter. I'm retweeting information all the time. The community is extremely helpful, extremely intelligent, and they're teaching me a lot as well. You can see some of the key focus areas of impact. I encourage you to just do a giant deep dive in this network because it is very, very powerful. And there's a few other assets that are incorporated and up and coming within this ecosystem. So besides Constellation and DAG, the token, there's a few other platforms I encourage to look at that are all related in helping one another grow. One of which would be Lattice Exchange. You can learn more at lattice.exchange in their native token, LTX, a layer 0 protocol. And I also encourage you guys to look at Alchemy. That's how I pronounce it for now. I'm still learning. And this is the Alchemy Exchange, and their website is alchemyexchange.com. And this is focused on the ad market. As we know, we are talking trillions of dollars. You can stay up to date with Constellation Network by subscribing, and they just came out with another Hypergraph Hour episode. As we can see, the opportunity, some of the addressable market that they're going after is measured in the trillions. And yes, that says 88 trillion in terms of tackling some of the global national products. And as you guys know, I deeply care about my reputation and the projects that I associate myself with. API3, DAG, and XRP, including FLR, the Spark token, are 4 assets that I am very comfortable with betting on. You can see some of Constellation's price performance this year alone. After going through 1 to 2 years of just consolidation, it seems like something is going on that is very, very exciting. And to run a node, what do you need? And why do I think that these returns will be rather substantial? Because the cost to operate a node is growing each and every day. Currently, to run a single DAG node for Constellation's network, it costs 250,000 tokens. So you need 250,000 tokens, DAG tokens, as collateral to operate a DAG node. And yes, they want to incentivize you with very aggressive rewards. So let's look at the current price fluctuating at about 19 cents. 250,000 tokens times 19 cents. That is the price to operate a single DAG node today, and it used to only be 5,000. This reminds me of the early days of Ethereum. To operate a node early on in Ethereum and validate, it used to be very, very cheap. Now you quickly watch the barrier to entry get higher and higher. And we saw this across the board with a variety of assets. And I know a lot of people in the XRP community that I fully support because I do own the token or the coin Gala. I know there's a lot of people that are running Gala nodes as well in the gaming space. So just wanted to point this out. Of course, any early network, we can expect tons of volatility. It will not scare me out. I'm excited to start accumulating DAG on autopilot. Okay, Kevin, well, where do you buy Constellation? Where can you store it securely? Well, first off, I would navigate to the website, the official site. Do not trust any faulty Chrome extensions. There are a lot of scams out there. So I always go off of the official website. Beware of phishing scams as well. Constellationnetwork.io. We can come up to the top under Discover tab and click Wallets and Utilities. Now, I personally recommend, and I think there's going to be a lot of exciting developments regarding their Stargazer wallet, an all-in-one solution. And this is what I use. This is also a Chrome extension. Now, instead of just Googling the Chrome extension, I encourage you to get it right off the direct website, and you can download it right here. And they'll be adding support for future browsers as well. And I hope one of them will be the Brave browser, because that's what I'm currently using. And as you guys know, with API3, I purchased that through Caleb and Brown, an OTC broker, so my transactions are private, invisible, blah, blah, blah. Links are in the video description, but also DAG currently, I do purchase it off of KuCoin.com. Links are also in the video description, I believe, and I do expect that DAG will be added to many more exchanges in the future, especially with all of these ongoing developments. So of course, we're speculating now, and this will be a video series, because when the nodes are live and operating, I will give an update and share, the types of returns that I'm getting on a monthly basis as well. So I'm really excited. Yes, I expect it to fluctuate, but man, a single node right now, almost $50,000. So we've already gone over API3. a 40% plus APY that auto compounds, and the token can also go up 10x or 5x or 2x depending on how conservative you are. Well, the same concept applies for DAG, a $50,000 node. What do you think that can get you? Do you think that I could get a 40% APY? Do you think a 20% APY? Either way, I'm not complaining because those are very, very aggressive. Plus, you're getting rewarded in the native token DAG that should be appreciating in value as well. It seems like a win-win-win for all participants, and this is why I'm so excited to take advantage of the cryptocurrency space. And the same thing goes for XRP and FLR, the native Spark token, with FLR Networks coming live soon. And last but not least, we have FLR Networks and FLR Finance. So as we know, the eighth wonder of the world has been said by Albert Einstein to be compounding interest, and that is exactly what I do, and that is my strategy in investing, in truly building generational wealth. So first part, API3, it already auto compounds, so my job is done. Next part with DAG and running nodes. As soon as you're collecting DAG and earning more DAG via staking rewards and running the node and validating transactions over the network and adding bandwidth, what happens? Well, if I accumulate more DAG, yeah, I can sell it to US dollar if I so choose. I can use it for whatever I want. Or I can try to use it and eventually purchase another node on the network to compound my returns even further. And then adding nodes on top of one another, just like a real estate investor continuously wants to add properties to, add to their cash flow. It's the same concept, but this is in a virtual manner and is entirely automated and hands off on my end because I like to work smart, not hard. So we have FLR. The official website is flr.xyz. And then we have FLR Finance. This website is FLR.finance, and they did recently update it as well. You can see all channels right here to stay up to date. Now, we've been talking about FLR Networks for a few months now. I'm excited for it to go live. I know delays happen. This is just part of any network, but I do believe that these returns will be rather lucrative. Now, there's a few ways to essentially get returns. Of course, many of us that claimed our Spark from the snapshot back in December, late last year, are getting airdropped our FLR tokens. Now, of course, we're going to be getting our FLR tokens. You'll be able to buy them on the open market, and we may assume that those tokens will appreciate in value thanks to the strong demand. So that's one way to generate income, buying and holding. Another way is to delegate your vote. And the cool thing about it is entirely secure. Your FLR, your Spark tokens never leave your wallet. And you can be lazy and actually delegate your vote to an FTSO provider, the FLR Time Series Oracle, aka the heartbeat of FLR Networks. I'm going to be delegating my vote and splitting it evenly between a few FTSO providers, and you have them all available here. You can see ftso.finance, you can see ftso.uk, you can see ftso.eu, you can see ftso.au. I believe there's an ftso US as well. So you guys have to check and kind of look at those rates as well. Very, very exciting to see what is possible. And it's not just XRP. This is bridging a variety of digital assets. Look what they're working on right now. Beautiful. And when you delegate your vote, what happens? Well, you delegate your vote and you get rewarded in Spark. And so if you guys are using platforms like Nexo, like Celsius, like BlockFi, that's all good and great, but that's CeFi. In the world of DeFi, these returns are going to be significantly larger. And yes, I would like to assume that the returns will be much higher than I anticipate. And yes, you guys know me, I like to be conservative, so we will simply see. And here we are. In closing and saving your time, this is the video and channel I recommend watching. So there's a bunch of great people to follow. Mickey B. Fresh to keep up with FLR Networks. There is Community FLR or FLR Community. Great guy, very smart guy. I'm sure you guys know all these great people. There's Deep Space. There's so many names, and I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody. Jedi. There's all great people in this space, guys, and I greatly appreciate their contributions and even helping me learn. But Martin Volk, this guy is my buddy representing Dublin, and you guys have to go follow and subscribe to this gentleman right now. This mindset is the difference between a millionaire, yeah, big deal, to a billionaire in truly compounding your wealth. I call him the Excel wizard. He makes some of the craziest spreadsheets I have ever seen. And he literally was hesitant. He showed me this plan. We did like a 2-hour phone call a month or two ago, and I was at a loss for words. And I was like, oh baby, this opportunity is crazy. I know I told some people and they're like, can you show me? Can you show me? I'm like, it was so complicated. And he just lays it out beautifully here, essentially creating wealth loops. Now, hopefully I didn't lose you. This is arguably going to change the most lives. Just this concept and applying it in the world of business, specifically the world of DeFi and investing. So if you do anything today, I'm going to link this in the top of this video description. It is Martin Volk, his channel. Subscribe to him. He's at 4,000 subscribers, 14,000 views on this video. Great like ratio because they really realize how valuable this is. Like, it's phenomenal. One of the most helpful videos out there that I've ever seen, and he put in work for this one. And to make this entire sheet, I don't even want to imagine how long it took. There's 3 stages that compound your wealth. It is a 50-minute video going over the XRP ledger, FLR networks, FLR finance, and his plan. And by sharing this plan for other people, it's honestly not really helping him or myself. But the thing is, we want participation, we want liquidity in this ecosystem, and we feel that this is going to be the best thing for all people involved. He has links in the video description, and essentially for this plan, it's 3 stages. So whenever some of the returns get lower, you move to the next stage. So you can always be ahead of the curve. It is mind-boggling. So essentially the premise of this concept for this whole XRP ledger plan with FLR networks to make the most money possible. And when you make that money, you put it back into the machine to generate more income. And as that money is coming back in, you put it into the next part or that next cog in the wheel. So step 1, earn as much YFIN as possible. After that, you start earning as much FXRP, which is essentially XRP, and then he goes on to give even more details using all of the great platforms within FLR Finance. It's a 50-minute video. You're going to want to watch this video on 1x playback speed, and I hope you guys enjoyed this whole video. In the future months, when everything is live, I am excited to give you some rough numbers and percentages in terms of my API3 returns, my DAG nodes that I plan to be operating, and maybe run many more in the future. And then, of course, FLR networks leveraging my XRP and my Spark token for passive returns. Because it's all good and great buying an asset and waiting, but I like being proactive within this market, especially when these opportunities are being presented to us. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the part 2 series of this. I'll catch you in the next one.